Have you just hired your dream team, but you're overwhelmed with how to manage them? Managing virtual teams can be challenging for sure. Whether you're new to business or a seasoned pro, it's important to have a system in place to keep your team organized and on track. In this video, I'm going to share 7 strategies to help you manage your virtual team in your online business. Systems. This is my number 1 tip. Creating systems will streamline work with your team and make everything run so much smoother. This will benefit your team and your business as a whole. Pretty much every tip that is to follow in this video either is a system or involves systems in some way. Systems are the backbone of your business and should be a focus for you as the CEO. This is my specialty. I love systems and processes. I'm all about them. And this is something that I help my clients fine-tune all the time in their businesses. I can help you create and optimize your business systems too, as well as with any of the tips that are to follow in this video when it comes to managing your business. You can apply to work with me on my website at samanthakazarek.com/apply. All right, so my second strategy to managing your virtual team is having open communication. Make sure that everyone knows what to expect and how to communicate with the rest of the team and yourself. Make sure they know how they can expect to hear from you as well, how to get in touch with you, and what channels you prefer for your communication. Having a centralized place to communicate as a team is essential. Communication system. Obviously, I think Asana is the perfect centralized place for this, but it doesn't have to be Asana either. But in your communication system, make sure that you encourage everyone to ask questions, to be honest about mistakes and progress, and do these yourself as the leader as well. Make sure to be able to communicate in all types of ways. So if you picture like an office setting and all the types of ways that people communicate within office settings. So, in meetings, they drop into each other's offices, they work with each other on a task. So there's group communication, there's task-specific communication, there's general communication, and one-on-one communication. Asana really is perfect for this because it covers all of these seamlessly. If you want to see more about how to work with Asana as a team, I think it's the setting, then watch this video for all of the details on working with Asana as a team. Okay, and this brings me to my next tip is to use a work management tool. The right tools can make all the difference when it comes to managing remote teams. And obviously Asana is a great option for keeping your team organized and on track. And it can be used for free, which is really great. So essentially, Asana makes it easy to collaborate, to work efficiently, and to make sure that everything stays on track and gets done when it's supposed to. Are you already using Asana? Let me know in the comments, type Asana if you are already using Asana, because I'm just curious. All right, my next strategy for helping you manage online teams is to use SOPs. SOPs help you train your team members to make sure that everyone is on the same page when it comes to completing tasks and make sure that they get completed in the exact way that you intend. SOPs are the step-by-step instructions for all of the processes and tasks in your business. And when done correctly, your team should be able to use your SOPs for all of the training required to complete a certain task. In this video, I go over SOPs in detail if that's a new concept for you. The next strategy I have for you is to embrace other ways of communicating beyond just text. So think video and audio. This is really going to help streamline your communication, save everyone time, and save you from having to type out really long messages. So sometimes you want to show something that you're talking about when you're assigning someone a task or when you're wanting them to change something. It's really important to be able to show them what you're talking about and kind of walk them through it. So Loom, Descript, or Zoom are really great options for doing this. Or sometimes it's more efficient to just use your voice to send a voice message. If you don't need to show them something, but you want to save time from actually typing a long message, sometimes using your voice can be much more efficient. Async is a really great tool for this if you're working in a program that doesn't have this capability built into it. If you want to learn more about this tool, I go over it in detail in this video. The next strategy I want to talk about is appreciation and gratitude. You want to show your team members appreciation and gratitude as much as possible. Make sure you're telling the team when they're doing a great job, that you appreciate them, and just giving as much positive affirmation as possible, or as often as you think of it. This will keep your team happy and enthusiastic about working in your business. But don't just do it to do it either though. Yes, you want to make your team members happy, but you want to be genuine about this appreciation. Like, you don't want them thinking that you're super pumped on their work and loving working with them when you're planning on firing them next week, right? That's an extreme example, but actually I've witnessed that. So that's why I bring it up. But really, you don't want to do it disingenuously. You always want to be genuine when you provide gratitude and appreciation. If you really enjoy working with them, tell them. If you really enjoy the work that they did, tell them. You always want to be upfront and honest with your team to create a great culture. And Asana makes this super easy and fun with their appreciation stickers. You can send them on as a comment in any task, and it's just really fun. So remember, if any of this feels overwhelming for you, trust me, you are not alone. You're likely at this point in your business because you're passionate about the work that you do and helping your clients, but not because you wanted to be a manager, right? If you're at a point where it makes sense, it might be best to hire someone to manage your team for you. This is what I do for my clients. If that's something that interests you, I would be happy to discuss with you what this could look like in your business and how I could best support you with this. Head to samanthakasbrick.com/apply to get started. Okay, the next strategy I want to discuss is to be flexible and understanding with your team members. So virtual work requires a bit of flexibility. So be prepared to be flexible and adjust your approach as needed. Always lead with compassion. Most people are really trying their best, but they may need some understanding when they're not doing their best, when they're not feeling their best, or when they need some extra help. Not everyone is good at everything, and you shouldn't expect them to be. This is especially true when you're working with a general virtual assistant who you're throwing everything at, all the tasks, all the things, all the time. They're not going to excel at all of it. And part of your job should be to discover the tasks that they are really good at and then focus on giving them more of those. You can always hire people down the line to take on the other tasks that person doesn't excel at. And you really want to understand their capacity and the way they manage their time between clients. If you're working with part-time contractors, chances are they are working with other clients as well as you, and they're going to have obligations from those other clients, obviously. And then they also have things in their personal life that they need to organize within their work life, and sometimes they're going to have to prioritize things in their personal life. Especially if you're working with like stay-at-home moms. I know a lot of contractors in these roles are stay-at-home moms so that they can be there for their kids. So sometimes things are going to come up with their kids and they might need to put your stuff on hold, but hopefully they are good at like managing priorities. But it's really helpful for you to be understanding of their circumstances. And it's important to be understanding that they're not your employees, if this is the case, if they're not your employees and they're contractors. And you can't expect them to be available for all of your office hours or whenever you need them if that wasn't part of the agreement. If you're having trouble hiring the right people for your business, make sure you watch this video next, and I'll give you my #1 tip to make sure you're hiring those just right people. All right, I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.